What is up, boys? Josh from Team Shuffles here. We have a featured deck profile for you today. And who is you and what you got?
My name is Jacob Dagg, and I have Pendulums. Runs a bunch of different stuff, so
Mishmash Pendulums.
yeah, it works really well.
All right, bro. Okay, let's see what you got, buddy.
Best card ever, especially this format.
Yeah, it's pretty
Servant, self-explanatory.
Pretty good.
I actually run kind of a big Endymion package, so I also play Magister. It's more or less just another extender, so that's the only real reason I run it. Sometimes it's good to leave on field. It's a searchable high scale. Its battle effect sometimes comes in effect, so whenever this has 3 spell counters and it attacks, it can special summon from deck. So that comes up rarely, but it does sometimes. I just like the fact that it's high scale. You can leave it on field. It accumulates counters, and it's just another extender.
Okay.
You play 2 Daddy Endymions.
Big Daddy boy.
He's really good. He's really good going second, being able for non-targeting pops on your opponent's side of the field. Always good. He's really good against Striker and somewhat Altergeist because he can't be targeted when he's summoned off of... or whenever he has a spell counter, it doesn't even really matter how he's summoned.
Sure.
He's good all around. The only other cards that I play that hold spell counters, I play 2 Jackal Kings. I feel like you need to play at least one right now due to Nibiru.
Right.
I don't like saying the word mandatory because I feel like no cards are actually mandatory, but I highly recommend this card.
Right.
At least at 1. I would never play 3 though. Then we have kind of standard Pendulum auto-generating cards. So I play 3 Chrono and 1 Time Gazer. Probably one of the best extenders of the deck. Playing this in Pendulum scale, popping it, getting Time Gazer. People always forget what Time Gazer does. So his monster effect is whenever a card in your Pendulum zones are popped the first time, they aren't destroyed. So that comes up when people try and Twin Twister your scales, and they're just like, it doesn't do anything. So it's really good. My friend that plays Draco always forgets that, but it's all good. I play 2 Curtain Raiser. It's a really good turbo card. It's a level 4, which comes up in my side deck occasionally. It scales pretty good. It's just more or less a turbo card to try and get Electromite. Electromite's not necessary in this deck, but it's still pretty good.
It's nice to plus.
Yeah. You got a plus where you can.
Right.
We have the 3 Dark Worm and the 1 Donut Hole. The Donut.
Yeah.
That's self-explanatory. Pretty much any Pendulum deck will
Do you
play
run
that.
a Meteor Burst?
I do not.
Okay.
And then we have kind of Guard Dragon targets. I have Aether. Aether's really good. So it's whenever you do the Heretic Seal combo, this will summon and it will banish a face-up monster on their side of the field.
So you tribute to bounce and then you banish.
Yeah. So
Ooh,
it's tribute for cost, probably no response. On resolution, the effect engrave. And then on resolution, when the summons, it'll banish.
Right.
So it's pretty
that's pretty hot, man.
pretty good. I started playing Persona Dragon.
Man, the guy that hooked you up with that, he must be a sweet as hell dude.
Yeah,
Have a guy like evenly matched for 7.
it's
Get out of here.
It's pretty good. So occasionally, I play Desires in this deck, so occasionally I'd run into the problem of banishing Aether and then not having anything good to go into off of Heretic. It's kind of like a backup. Also, this card in hand is a lot better than this card. The scale's really good. The scale effect is kind of irrelevant. But overall, this is really good. It's even good to to put it up on field, because basically it's a quick effect, target anything from the extra deck and negate it. So it's decent.
Okay.
And then the last monster, the Strudo, standard Guard Dragon shenanigans. Okay, we're on to spells now. Play 3 of probably the best spell in this deck. This build definitely relies a little more on spell counters. This searches the little Endymions, the big boy. I also play 1 copy of the field spell, and that is searchable of this. It's pretty good. So it's just to generate spell counters, and this card's really, really good at it. I play 3 Allure of Darknesses. It's just another draw card I play in the deck. Play so many darks that I don't see why you wouldn't play this card. It's free. It's pretty free. Plus it generates counters. I play 2 Desires. I was playing 3, but I tell you what, when you draw a Desires off a Desire, you get really angry really fast.
Yes, you do.
It's good though. I play 2 Dragon Shrines and 1 Foolish. I was playing a 60 card variant where I was playing 3 and 1, and I tell you what, too many times did I see multiple copies of this card, and it's a once per turn, so it's pretty bad to draw multiples of.
Right.
That's why I cut it down. 1 Upstart Goblin. This is just to generate spell counters, and it's another draw engine, so you keep cycling through the deck. It definitely helps with generating counters and stuff like that. I could see me cutting this for something actually impactful in the deck, but it's kind of like a placeholder for the 40th
Right.
card.
Do you run Romulus to search your Dragon Ravine?
No, I don't even play Dragon Ravine actually.
Oh, okay.
So
Would you consider doing that instead of Upstart?
in my 60 card version, I did actually.
Oh, okay.
Next, I have like my field spell package. So I already alluded to that I play
Endymion, yep.
this. It's actually really good. It comes up multiple times. Just making a bunch of spell counters on this, and then being able to just place one of the Endymions in scale and use counters from that. It's pretty sick, nasty. I like it a lot.
Okay.
It's searchable, so it's not worth running more than 1 unless you're like trying to build like a super heavy spell counter deck. It's a solid one of that's searchable. So 1 terraforming, and then the spice that really came up in tonight's local was 2 single builds as spellcaster.
Yeah,
so
Gabe enjoyed that.
It's pretty disgusting when you go full combo with like 4 to 6 negates plus this.
Yeah.
So it's disgusting. I like it a lot. Probably wouldn't play it 3 because you don't really want to see multiples of it. Never saw a multiple copy of this. It was super good all around. This stops Dark Ruler No More, usually, unless they're randomly running spellcasters. It stops Super Poly from activating. So this is like a multi-purpose stopping your opponent from even using
Right,
spells.
a multi-purpose floodgate. Right.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So I like it a lot. Next, actually, lastly, the last 39 and 40th card, I play the Zephyr, a very, very small Zephyr engine. I play the Zephyr Nui, which searches the Zephyr Divine Strike. This is just in case I can't stop the Dark Ruler No More, because that card is busted. It's just pretty good. Alright, that's it. It is a 40-card deck. Pretty consistent. Very, very, very rarely do I ever actually brick. The deck just constantly cycles through its spells.
Right, okay.
So, next is the extra deck. We will start with the Guard Dragon. So we have LP, Argopane.
No Pisty?
Self-explanatory. Pisty's not good because you're never really dumping anything to the grave. Other than Destrudo. Destrudo gets itself out of grave, so there's really not a point. The only other card monster that really goes there is like an extra deck monster or a Darkworm, but Darkworm has its own way out. And by the time you make a Pisty, it's kind of irrelevant at that point to like try and summon something from the extra deck because you've already gone through full combo usually. So the pseudo Guard Dragon card. This card's broken. I thought this card was absolutely nuts on release, and I still stand by this card's pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's really, really good. The 1 Beat Cop, more or less just a generic down pointing link.
Plus, it's a protection effect comes up every.
It comes up. I've only ever used it really like a very small handful of times, but it does come up. So, 1 Electromite because we can only play 1. Self-explanatory.
Yep.
Guard Dragon Enabler, Triple Burst. That's the only reason anyone in Endymion deck would probably play this is because it enables Guard Dragon plays. Pretty much it. Some spice now. This card right here, the Blockbuster Soldier
He's
Link.
so good.
This card's hot. This card
It's nutty.
is overperforming every time I summon it usually. I can't tell you how many times I can't make a Link 4 in a tight spot, but I can make a Link 3. And this deck kind of poops out level 7s pretty easily because of Master Demon's level 7. So he's pretty easy to get out, or at least get into the extract to get out.
Right.
Yeah, this card, there's a reason why this card's getting really expensive because it's fire. I love this card so much. The one Appaloosa, it's pretty good. Usually I go into this when the Guard Dragon stuff kind of gets railroaded. It's pretty good. I usually land on 3 negates, sometimes 4, but I feel like it's almost overcommitting because it really sucks when you kind of have this and then just like maybe a divine strike and then they start with Cyber Dragon.
Sure.
And you lose everything.
Yeah.
I play 2 Bois. This mostly just to out random stuff. That's pretty obvious for OTKs.
Right, for games. Yep.
I play 1 Dweller because I think Dweller is still
really
fantastic, phenomenal card. This deck does make rank 4s pretty easily. For the foreseeable future, I'm not cutting this just because I like it so much. This card actually stole me a win today, and people laughed. But Arcanite Edition, so this is like pretty old school. This is like 5 era. So this card is not a once per turn, and it can use spell counters from anywhere on the field. And at tonight's local, I popped upwards of 5 cards, and it still had counters on itself. So it was nuts. So I use this card going second a lot to break boards. Usually going against, I practice a lot with my buddy that plays Draco, and it's pretty much destroys his whole board. And there's nothing you can do about it half the time.
Right on. Okay.
1 Dragster. It's always a free negate to get to after you dump the Destrudo. Sometimes I don't like to overcommit and make like the full big board. I need. Sometimes I like to keep the Destrudo there for options. So instead of landing on like the upwards of like 5-6 negates, sometimes I'll just sit on 4, thinking that's usually pretty good enough. Sorry, Master Triff.
Yeah.
I play the 1 Warlord Savage. This card's always been good in Pendulums ever since on release. It comes up. I don't make as much as I used to when my 60 card build, but it's still really good for what it does. And I can't think of anything else that would replace it right now. So it's staying in there, but I'm not sure for how long. And the last card is the Odd Eyes Vortex.
Sure.
It's the best for Pendulums. This is the best card to go out for the Guard Dragon combo. I was running Hot Red for a little bit, but this card is just so much better. Especially when you can recycle stuff like Time Gazer Magician back into the deck and stuff like that, just out of its cost.
Right, he's got a big booty too.
Yeah, it's pretty good to summon in defense mode and just sit on for a little bit.
Right on.
Okay, so that's the extra deck. Here's the side deck. This is usually ever changing, but this is what I have right now. I have my going second package. This cheeses wins more than I'd like to admit. People still don't expect this card. This deck, like I said, makes rank 4s pretty easy. So after you make them expend all of their resources, you leave a monster on there and just win.
Go for game.
Yeah, it's really good against Salamangreat. It's really good against Striker, all that jazz.
Yep.
Play Red Reboot. A lot of people slept on this card during this past format. I've been running Red Reboot for a while now just because we have a lot of people that like to play Stun at our locals. So this is more of not really adjusting to the meta, but more adjusting to our local because I know what some people play.
Sure.
This is an auto win against a lot of decks if they can't have a response to it. I recently just put this in for going second. Some sort of interruption. I know Pendulum is more of a combo deck, but sometimes you need just like 1 card to see to
a little bit of help to slow
your opponent down because going second, it still isn't the best. Pendulum, they still prefer first, but it just kind of helps. Blowout cards. Josh's favorite card.
I love it.
Loves this card. Neg 6 on Draco.
Nothing better than setting 4
yeah, it's great.
with a Draco monster and then getting evenly.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yep.
It's pretty good. And then Round Boy. Round Boy is still the best. I still think this card's better than Nibiru, personally, because I can't think of any deck that puts up more than 4 impactful cards, and there's always, take away 3.
Right.
And usually you can play through 2 impactful cards if they land on 2. Super good though. Round Boy's always good. So that is my Endymion Pendulum deck.
Pendulum deck. All right, brother. Let's see you at some locals again and hit the regional and get a top with it, buddy.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Team Shovels out.